Hi, this is Group 3 for Survey of Engineering. I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Berkeley.
I'm Maitang, and this is Jillian. So we're taking Survey of Engineering, and the point of this class is to help us figure out what field of STEM that we might enjoy going into in the future. We have aerospace, biomedical engineering, materials science, and coding, and these are the four pathways that Valley offers. So that's why we go over them in this class.
The second unit that we did in this class was aerospace. And aerospace is the construction and maintenance of aircraft, spacecraft, missiles, and weapon systems. And we were tasked with building a satellite. This is our satellite from Unit 2, and it met all of the components that it needed. So we have a radar and a camera and a bunch of other cool stuff. And it passed the shake test, which determined that it would successfully go into space. My favorite unit that we did was aerospace because I think that space is super cool and we get the opportunity to learn about it in our class. And making the satellite was really, really fun because there were tons of different components and it was very hands-on, so I enjoyed that.
For our third unit, we learned about coding, and we split into two teams to code a code world and a solution on Swift Playgrounds, and here's our code. Okay, so right now we have the puzzle world being built. This is all what the other two partners did, and right now the minion guy's he's going through the red portal, the blue portal. Now he's climbing the stairs, getting all the gems that he needs to get. There he goes. Up the stairs, get the gems. That's the whole point of this thing. To get all the gems. That's our goal. This is what the other two people coded the solution of it. And there we go. My favorite thing about this project was learning how to code, and I really didn't think that I was gonna like coding that much, so yeah.
Coding is not as hard as I thought it would be, and I think it's important for everyone to learn coding.
One thing I liked more than I thought I would was coding the puzzle world and finding a solution to it. It's actually pretty satisfying and pretty cool, and my takeaway is that everyone should learn something.
No.
It's more fun than I thought it would be.
Oh my gosh, it's Jillian!
Some of the challenges we had this unit were trying not to make it leak out of the mold. And another challenge was the mold growing on our forks.
So for me, the biodegradable fork unit was really hard because we had 3 different materials and they all turned out differently. So they hardened at different times, and a lot of our problem was that the tinfoil molds were leaking, and so we had to remake a lot of them. And also when we heated up the materials, they would sometimes overflow in the microwave and we'd have to clean out the microwave. So it took us a really long time to get it done. It took us a couple of days, but eventually we got the good work.
I agree with Ashlyn that the biodegradable fork unit was pretty challenging, especially since we had a bunch of tests that we had to run on our 9 forks as well, and we didn't really think it through, so we would do the melting test first. And that caused a lot of our forks to melt, meaning that we couldn't use them for other tests in the future, like the freezing test or the durability test. So we used the engineering design process for this because we realized that we had made a mistake. So we took a step back, we reconsidered what we could do better. And so for our next couple forks, we made sure to place the melting test last instead of putting it first. For our 5th unit for Survey of Engineering, we did biomedical engineering, and that's basically a field of STEM that combines biology and engineering. So some things that they would make are artificial organs, prosthetics, things like that. And so for our project, we had to simulate a drug encapsulation. So we used a wiffle ball and we put Kool-Aid inside, and then it was our job to figure out what materials we wanted on the outside in order to get it to release after 2 minutes and before 3 minutes. So for each of the 4 units that we did, we had to research 2 careers that are in that STEM field. And so my favorite career that I looked up was a rehabilitation engineer, and so that's part of the biomedical engineering field. And so something I found interesting about this job was that you're working with biomedical engineering companies, you research, and you You're suppliers of medical equipment, and then you help the people that need that equipment, and you help them learn how to use it. So like, for example, if somebody needs a prosthetic, you're probably working with them to design it and make that equipment like custom made for that person and to fit their needs. And then after that, you'll be helping them learn how to use it, make sure that they're safe. But something interesting that I read was that this can also be an emotionally draining job, but one that's very fulfilling.